Good morning, it's Brenda. How's everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. Today's Thursday. I missed yesterday. Yeah, sometimes, life gets in the way of doing things, and so that was my day yesterday. Anyway, I thought I would come on today and work with some paper bags. I have these bags. They're from the Dollarama. $2, and I think there's probably 25 bags or something in the package. So I thought I'd like to make a paper bag journal, and this one I'm going to make ring bound. So if you'd like to craft with me or do your own thing, if you have paper bags, you don't have to have these ones. You can have lunch bags, excuse me, and just trim them down. I got a bit of a frog in my throat or something today. But yeah, if you have just lunch bags, grab those. If you have colored bags, it doesn't matter what kind of bags, just if you have bags. And if not, you can use cardstock, I'm sure, like your colored paper, and then it can be folded up and glued into like an envelope bag kind of deal and have the same idea go. All right, so if you'd like to come with me and do some crafting, let's have some fun. All right, I did do some prep work. You know how I am with trying to get things done ahead of time. Not everything, but some stuff. Anyway, I took 5 bags and I've just glued the front paper on, so I have the opening at the right. So what I did with the bags, let me grab the one that I marked right here. So originally the bags are 4.5 by 7. That's what the bags are. So then the bottom piece, you have your little flap here. I just took the flap and I folded it down onto itself so that now you have this little V with the paper, and glue that shut. You'll burnish it or make sure it's as straight as you can be. Not every bag is straight, we all know that. So just glue it together. And then you're going to cut. I cut it down. Let me find this one. I'll just grab this, make sure I tell you the proper 6.5. So I cut 1/2 inch off the opening just to make it shorter. I just felt that this was too long for how I wanted it to look. You can keep it the same length, but yeah, I just thought it gave it a nicer look when I cut it down to the 6.5. And all bags are different, right? So you'll just cut yours down to how it looks with your eye, how you perceive it to look. So once you glue this down, I just punch some holes. So I'm using the 3 1/16 inch side, and it's just 1/2 inch. I just put this little nibby at the 1/2 inch there, and then I just stuck it in on the side and put it there. And then I went to the other side and punched the other side, and then just to make your holes. You can have 3 holes, you can have 2 holes, it depends. I think I want to use rings in mine, but then I was thinking if I put a 3rd button in, then I can do ribbon and tie a bow here, but I'll see what it looks like once we're done. And if you don't have this tool, you could just use a hole puncher. I did have one. I thought I was going to show it to you, but it's just a regular hole punch that you can use, and it does the exact same thing. Okay, and then you can fill it up. Like, look at all the space in there. You can just fill it. You can have tags and journaling cards and just fill them up. I inked all the bags, and I inked the papers that are going on. And so if you have the same size papers as these, then I just cut the paper to 5.5, just under 5.5, and 4.5. I kind of like to have a little bit of border. Sometimes I don't, but for this one I thought that I would. Excuse me. And then I just have a little basket of the cut-offs of the paper to make pockets, and I just have some little things in there for decoration. So let's get started. So like I told you, I have the fronts all papers all glued on, and I'm just gonna do the backs. And yeah, it's just, I was gonna collage it, and I thought, no, I don't want to collage. You know, it's that kind of thing where you go back and forth. It's like what you want to do, and I've had this idea in my head since yesterday, and since I didn't get a chance to come on yesterday, and I thought we could do it today. And then what I do is I just line it up at the crease there. I just have it, you want it away from your fold line like that, right? So that it doesn't interfere with the folding. And then you know that every bag has its gusset. You can glue them shut if you want. I think for now I'm not going to until I see how the journal looks when it's opening. And with the rings, it'll open nice and flat like this, which is what I was wanting. But that, you know, you can decide on a closure once you're done. I hope you've all been having a good week. We had to go and get Braden yesterday from school early, so we had him with us for a while, so it was good. He didn't want to go to school today. He wanted to come back and be with us, which is just, I just love that. I hope he'll always want to come no matter how old he is. I hope he always wants to be here. His birthday party's on Saturday, so we're going paintballing. I've never been paintballing, so we'll see how it goes, especially with all of his little friends, and oh my goodness, we'll see how I can cope. getting shot with paint, all his little friends. It's gonna be hilarious fun. He's gonna be 11. I'm just so, where does the time go, right? Time just seems to fly by. Here we go. Love those fellas. And this is the Tim Holtz paper that I showed you. I just cut it all down. These are actually the 6x6 pieces, because that way I don't use the 12x12s to cut down. I just use the 6x6 squares that are in the back of the paper pads. It's the industrial paper. There we go. Excuse the sniffles. I try not to. You know, you do all this stuff before you turn on that camera, but sometimes you just, well, especially if there's allergies, right? You can't prepare for that. Okay, so there's my 5 bags, and they are papered front and back. I just can't get over all the room in there. And then I have a couple of rings. So like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to do the rings or do the ribbon. So let's just do some decorating. I think that'll maybe help me along to decide if I just decorate first and then put them together. This is just the Fabri-Tac in here. This is all I have left, so I'm going to use it up. So I'll just move those ones out of the way and work on the cover. And I just grabbed up some, this is just a fabric sample. Still has some paper on the back but I just thought I could, I don't know, just layer it up like that. I'm just going to ink this. Hopefully I'm in frame. My camera, like I said, has been falling down, so I think I'm going to have to try and figure out a different setup for it. So I'll just put some glue on here and we'll get this going. It doesn't have to be completely filled with glue, you know, just enough to attach itself to the fabric. And then because it's going to be partially on fabric, I'm still going to use this. There we go. And for those of you who have been wondering about my mailing list, I do mail to the States. Some of you are unclear about that because I obviously forgot to mention that. So Canada and the States, the United States as well. At this moment in time, I can't go any further because of the shipping and how long things take to get to certain places. But as we go, I'll get more information and just keep track of stuff like that, and then we can go from there. And I mean, somewhere down the line that will change, you know. So, and then this piece, I just took a little piece of ribbon, and I have these you know, these. Oh my goodness, remember what they're called. Anyway, I'm almost out of them, so I'm gonna have to make some more. Seals, wax seals. Oh my goodness. It took me a second, but I'm just gonna set that right there, and it just gives it some added pretty. And that's the front, you know. And you don't have to stop there. You can add a label under here, and you do what you want. You can put pockets there, but that's the cover. And then when you turn it over, like I have all these cut-offs of the papers, and I thought we could make some pockets, or you can make tucks or belly bands, you know, whatever you'd like. And they're not cut down because I just cut them, like I said, from the 6x6 sheet. So I'll just, good measuring, eh? Just fit it over, and then I'll just do that. Oh, and then I'll just take a little tiny sliver off the end. Well, not like that. There we go. Just like that. Just ink it up a little bit. You can put a thumb notch in it if you want to. I think it'll be short enough that once you get things inside, though, people will know that it's a pocket if you're sending it to someone. So let me just, sorry if you hear Brat in the background. my husband is in the kitchen, so Brat thinks he's gonna give him something. There we go. So just gonna glue the 3 sides. Just like that. Sorry I'm a little quiet today. I don't know, really don't have a lot to say today. I just knew that I wanted to come in and craft with you guys. There, and then that'll be a pocket. And I have, yeah, there's just little things in here. Another little wax seal. But for now, I'll just leave it a pocket. But I obviously, in this video, I'm not going to decorate it all in one shot because we would be here a long time. All right. And I didn't want to cover up the fellas, so I think I'm just going to pop a little side tuck right there, just like that. And you don't have to decorate the pages a ton. You know, you can just, like this, you can just add a little pocket, a little tuck spot, and be done with it. You can stamp on the pages if you just have like your blank pages or whatever. You can stamp on them. So there, just keep it like that, and it's good, you know, and just grab out a couple of these little tickets. You can just add a couple little things. These are just, they're little cards from, just says previous books, and I believe it's from Amazon. I can't be sure though. These, Tracy, my sister-in-law, she had gifted them to me, so. And there's that. And I mean, there's flower. You can just add a flower, add a butterfly, and what's, excuse me, what's great about this is you can have it as a tuck spot. You don't have to glue it all the way down. So let's see, I think I will do that actually. So if I leave that side, just glue this side here. You just glue it down the one side like that. And I'll just add glue at the bottom tips. And then you can just add that there. And then I just have some little words here from a book. I'll just tear that and pop that on there. So anything, just use what you have on your desk. If you've got stuff all over your desk, just gather it together and use it. And there you go. And then that'll be a tuck spot. Well, I have these sitting here, so why not? I'll just pop them in there. And it's just, you know, it's really just to show you what you can do, right? So then you just grab your next page and you just carry on. So I'm going to add a pocket here. And these pieces of paper are just, like I said, from the cutoffs, and they're not even from the same paper. Like this is different. Like this one was this piece over here, right? And I'm just using it on the other side. And then that'll just get put right there. Do you have any plans today? Do you have plans for the weekend? I know it's only Thursday, but weekend's just about here. All I have planned is paintballing on Saturday, church on Sunday. Yeah, not too much happening in our end of the world anyway. go, just like that. So you get the idea. And then there's butterflies. Just add a butterfly. It's whatever you have, right? Just like that. Like I brought a whole bunch of stuff up, but you don't have to use it. Like you don't have to use things just because you have them. That didn't make any sense. You don't have to use a lot, is probably what I was trying to say, to make things pretty. You know, like this is just a card, Tim Holtz card. I'm just going to put that on there. And if you have Tim Holtz people, the little dolls, you know, you can add them on as well. You can just go all out, and you can decorate it like crazy or decorate it very little. You know, it's your choice. So let me just lift that. I think I'm just gonna put her a tiny bit underneath there. And I did make that a pocket. So, but I don't think she will interfere. She's just gonna go right there. Just a little picture, right? And then you just add some things in the pocket. Look at the old telephone. It's so cool. Just like that. But how fast is that? It's just, you know, it just comes together. Just like that. And then once you're done, you can fill up all the pockets and tuck spots and just put in a whole bunch of goodness. The flowers, like I'm just gonna put them at the bottom here. Just like that. Maybe not. Let's see what else we have here. I don't want to keep you too long with this part of it, you know, but it's just fun to see what we come up with and what we do with some stuff. And we don't all have the same things, right? So that's why it's fun to see what others do. But you can get, you know, numbers from books, magazines, catalogs, pictures from magazines and catalogs. I mean, the sky's the limit. You know, I always say that, right? It's just, and I think I'm going to make this one just a side tuck, and then that way this part of it can be decorated as well. I'm just going to add a tiny little tick just so that I can cut it in the right spot. We'll see my cutting skills aren't always the greatest, as we know. And that's all right. So I'll just, oh, it didn't do too bad. And then, oops, sorry. I got a can under my desk. That's I'm just gonna add a little, oh, that's a pretty poor thumb notch. There, just a little bigger. Could make it a side pocket. Maybe I'll do that instead. I was actually going to leave it open, but I think I'm just going to pop it there and glue 3 sides. You could put a little tag inside, a journaling card, you know, anything like that. I hope I'm giving you some ideas of other things that you can do, you know, and use what you have. Like if you have just your, like I say, your lunch bags, you don't have to go to the dollar store. I've had these in my stash for quite some time, but I do know that they still have them. So, you know, it's your choice. What would you call it? My goal, I guess, is just to just to encourage you to, you know, create with what you have and enjoy what you create, you know, like, and as simple as that, it's done. And you can take a little butterfly. I mean, there's all bugs on here. You just add a butterfly there, and then it just makes the page pop. Just like that. Right? So I'm going to, this side I don't want to touch. I mean, those guys are just phenomenal. I might just add a label. Maybe I'll just add a label. Just my label container, labels and numbers. And there, I'll just gonna pop that on there. Just like that. There we go. Just rough it up a little. I just, you know, mess up the paper a bit. I won't make this one a tuck spot. I know. Unbelievable. Not a tuck spot. It's not very often that I glue things down completely. But, and there, like, I just don't want to cover it all. And this one I've already added a pocket. This paper I had cut a little too short, so I just added this to the bottom right away. And yeah, and that one's complete. I'll just put a little card in there. All right, and then that's the back. And there is our paper bag. Quick, it's not finished obviously, but it's a starting point for you to put things together and make it pretty, and then you can decide if you're going to do 3 holes or 2 holes. I'll show you what it looks like with just the 2 rings so that you have an idea. And if I change my mind and put the 3 holes and do ribbon, then I will show you that too the next time we're together. But for now, I just like the idea of the rings because the pages will open up flat so that if you do any writing in here, you know, see, it just opens flat, and it's lovely, just like that. And then you can decide whether you're going to glue together these gussets or not. I didn't ink them because I haven't decided what to do with them, but they don't really interfere with anything. You know, you see it's very flat. So that's our little journal today. And it's so cute. Like, I'm so happy with that. And it's not done, obviously, like I said, right? You can paint the edges here if you want. Like, if you want to have it painted, you can use your paint. Like, this is just some gold paint, but you can go around the edges and gold it up. And then I have or I should say I had. All right, so this is the size for the tags that will go in here. I wanted to just, and it's sticking out a little, which I like. And if you don't, you can just trim that off. But this I cut, it's 4.5 by 5.5. So it'll fit in there. And you can trim down this, like I said, if you don't want this to be sticking out. Like if you want everything flush, then you trim it down a little more so that it's not sticking out your edge. But I wanted to make sure I told you the size of that. And then if you make your cards and you make tags, put them in there. And then, oh yeah, once it's all filled up, it's going to be so fabulous. But that's our little project today. So I hope you all enjoyed that. It was so much fun for me. But I just like doing little things like that. And excuse me while I find what we were making the other day. So I'm just going to set our project aside that we've finished, and I'm just going to show you the finished product of our file folder journal that we made the other day. So this is the cover, and I have him sitting on a paper that I just left open on the side, just so I could add in that little piece. And then it's just some doily, a piece of paper, some numbers, and some Tim Holtz people. Then when you open it up, you have your flap, and I just added a tuck spot here. And then when you open it, I have the belly band with some ephemera inside. And then this, on the flap, I made this back pocket. This little number I left open and added some little tickets inside, and then the side talk here and added some stuff. And then I left this blank, and then of course the little fellow with the washi tape there. And then when you come over to this side, I have the pocket and just put a couple things inside there. And then this one we did together is the belly band on the flap, and I put a couple of tags in there, and I left this blank. I thought you could put pictures here, you know, you could do writing on here. Even though there's writing there already, you can still write on it. So then when you come over here and you have your flap, I made this a belly band. So I made it the width and then just glued the two sides, and then I added some goodies inside. So it's flowers and Tim Holtz strips and the boy there with his dog. And the flowers are kind of funky, so it's a challenge to get things in there. And then on the bottom, I just put one of his little tags there and glued it and made it into a pocket, just like that. And then when you close it up, and then there's your back. And that was our completed project from the other day. And it's still thin enough for snail mail. You know, of course you can fill it up even more, but my plan is to send this to somebody, and I didn't want it to impede too much with the mail. Anyway, so that's our project today. I really hope that you enjoyed this. It's been so much fun hanging out with you guys, and it's something that I enjoy every single time I'm here. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm so blessed to have each and every one of you hang out with me every time we're here. And if you liked this, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share it with your friends. You know, I'm so happy to have you, and yeah, it would help me out so much with growing my channel and being able to get my videos out to even more of you, so that we can all have a good time together. Don't forget about joining my mailing list. Whether you're in the States or Canada, either one I'll mail to. I'll mail all over. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a very blessed day. Bye for now.